You're not moving at the same way with God like I need you to be moving. But in 2 weeks, there's already a shorty at your house cooking food, and you don't want to show her face because you don't want to blow up her spot. That's not adding up to me, bro. That don't add up. Hey, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy KiteZz here with my lovely wife, Is This Alex.
What's up, peoples?
Hey, today we got the Jason and Kharyzma catch up. Now, as you guys know, Kharyzma and Jason, they're both likable people. Jason was with the men that went through that horrible episode, and they got that comeback, the revenge tour. Check that video out. And then Kharyzma also made her return on that same video, and they ended up matching because Jason went back, realized he made a mistake, went back, got her, and said, you know what, like, hey, I made a mistake. I feel like you really are genuinely what I'm looking for. So, hey, let's do it.
Shout out to Kharyzma because she didn't have to let him get his balloon back.
Nope, she did not. All right, let's do it, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, everything that we do. Also, hey, Twitches. The Twitches are ready. The Twitches are ready. Alex is gonna start streaming. I'm gonna be streaming. We'll give you guys a lot. Well, we're gonna start putting the links, but we'll give you guys more info and context on what's happening because there's gonna be a lot more stuff coming out, not exclusively from this channel, but it's gonna be our content. She's gonna have her stuff. I'm gonna have my stuff. KiteZz is gonna be the main channel, and we'll tell you more.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette and we are here today with Kharyzma and Jason. Welcome guys.
Hello.
Okay. They look good.
Hey Jason, where your eyes at?
Where your eyes at?
Where your glasses at, man?
I know.
How we feeling? How you guys feeling?
The cut.
Pretty good. Good.
Okay. All right, so we had you guys both. You guys are actually both returners. You were on a prior episode. Didn't quite work out.
Hold on, y'all. Let me make us smaller so y'all can see all of Jason.
And I'm not going up top today.
Yeah, she don't gotta go up top today. There you go.
I would look green.
Because that's that melanin popping. I'm playing.
That mean we sick.
I don't know why we green. Oh, it's because the screen. It's the reflection. Yeah, because everything is the same. It's the reflection.
Out and you came back, and when you came back you ended up matching on episode 28 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love. Okay, well with that being said, Jason, is it a yes for you for her?
Most definitely.
Okay, and Kharyzma, is it a yes for you for him? Yes. We got a match! All right, and so since coming back and, you know, all that stuff, Jason, you pulled a kind of a historical move on Pop the Balloon by asking for someone who you initially popped on and she walked off, no match. You were like, please bring her back. I made a mistake. What made you realize you made a mistake and you were like, okay, I got to bring her back?
So I am somebody who I don't like judging somebody off of things that are stereotypical, especially because I've watched the show before and I've seen that done before. And I felt like the reason I popped on her was just I was just thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I should see if there's something there, because the thing is, she's attractive, and it was like, you know, the tattoo thing, it was kind of like I had a lot going through my head because I'm in a place in my life where, you know, like I said, I have a son. I'm not looking for like frivolous dating. You know, at the time I'm looking for something serious. And if I'm looking at all, I'm going to be looking for something serious. And so it was like, my thing was, I'm thinking, okay, you know, if I bring to my parents, if my dad's a pastor, and, you know, I was kind of in my mind thinking, okay, if I was to bring to my parents and my mom and stuff like that, I know she's not heavy on like lots of tattoos and things like that. Or placement of tattoos and things like that. And so I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe I should just pop. But then I was like, that's kind of a dumb reason in my head. I was kind of just thinking, because when you're up there, you're just thinking about a lot of different things. And I was like, that's a dumb reason to pop.
Plus, you don't know what stage in life that those people got those tattoos. So it's like, I understand because I don't have tattoos. Alex don't have tattoos. I wanted tattoos, but then I felt like I read in the Bible and it was talking about engraving in your flesh and stuff like that. So I avoided tattoos. Now, people argue that because Jesus abolished the law, that those laws don't apply. And some people say that like, oh, in the Bible doesn't like condemn it. It's a growing debate. I just was like, if it's too much of a gray area, I just don't want to be in it. I'd rather just not do it. But I don't judge people for tattoos because I think tattoos are very cool. But I understand how like religious people take it. And so I get it, but it's also, you got to remember the Bible says come as you are, right? So some of these people in their story, they got those tattoos before they found God. You feel me? Or the God never left them, but before they got closer to God. So some of them actually regret. Like you saw in one of the catch-ups, the girl was like, oh yeah, I'm getting all my tattoos removed, right?
Yeah, she's getting, I forgot her name, but the young lady with the split tongue. Yeah, she said she's going to get most of them or some of them removed or some of them redone. Yeah. And like black sleeved out all the ones that are like really controversial and stuff like that.
So it's like, yeah, I get it, Jason. But I understand why you did it, but I also understand like how you were able to change your mind.
With somebody. And I was like, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me just, bring it, try to run it back, see what's, what I'm saying. So yeah, that was what was going through my head.
I see. So Kharyzma, when we were like, oh, it's Kharyzma you want to bring back up here, was there any hesitation or were you like, yeah, sure, let's give it a try? Like, what was your thought process during that whole segment?
Well, I pretty much go into the whole dating with an open mind. And so at first when he popped, I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. Like, but then he was like, he brought me back. And then what the audience or the people watching didn't see was that we actually had a conversation after he initially popped my balloon, and we had a lot in common. Like, he's saying that he went to the church, or he had like his parents were ministers or pastors, and my parents are too. And so I'm like, okay, well, like, I accept that you made a mistake, so let's see, if we can try and get something going. And that's why I decided, like, yeah, like, I'll get my balloon back, or he give it.
You see what happens when people actually try to get to know each other? That's what we be saying. Like, the attraction thing, it does matter. But I guarantee you will have a better success rate of finding someone who genuinely loves you. You can love if you got to know people and I'm not saying lower your standards on what you think is good looking, but sometimes like y'all put people at like a scale of like a 6 or a 5. You're like, oh, I need my people to be 7 or 8s or 9s.
Did you come as a 7, 8, or 9?
Right.
Before you came up with that standard?
Right. So it's like, people still forget, like, a D is still passing. You feel me? It's like,
child, put his balloon back or whatever. And we can
F is a passing too, really.
Okay. Well, like you said, you guys had a little bit of moment, a little time to discuss between after you walked off and the next young lady came on after you. So since you guys have matched on the show, have you gone on a date?
Moment of truth.
Yeah. So, yeah, we went on a couple. What would you call those dates? I mean, we went on like to dinner with the couples the
of
night
course, dinner's a date.
Well, we were with the other couples that
the first night.
Oh,
but then the next day, we kind of like call it a day. We just spent the day together. We went and got food to the pool, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, I guess you can call that a date. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a date.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So the first night, you guys all went out with everyone. How'd that?
Her face expression is saying a lot.
I know.
Come on, Jason. Please tell me you like this.
Kharyzma's cheeky though too.
Oh, okay.
Go. First night, you guys all went out with everyone. How'd that go? Kharyzma. Let's start with Kharyzma.
It was cool. I think it was cool, but I'm a very like laid back, observant type of person. So, I like to peep everyone's vibe, and there were some other guys that seemed a little more, not so serious about the whole dating thing and more so serious about trying to get some coochie.
Oh!
Hey, she snitching, y'all. All right, so y'all little, oh, she not my type. I don't want to, Hey, let's go get some drinks. Let's go chill at the.
Let's dance. Come on.
Come on.
Let's dance.
Hey, so I know I rejected you, but you know, like, we might be compatible. You feel me?
Like, yeah, but this is what they was talking about. But when you hear from a contestant, everybody want to believe it. But when Arlette and BM
was checking y'all, the nerve of y'all to tell them what they can do.
With all these YouTube premium sponsors, you're mad because you're not dating. The nerve of you. Come on, bro.
It was so like it was a cool like hangout thing, but I feel like the guys were more so we're guys and we're just trying to be guys, I guess.
Okay.
It wasn't
so
really
guys.
more so.
Is Jason included in that?
Oh.
If you
I'm not gonna say completely no. No.
Okay.
Because I feel like that night he was trying to be more open with me. He was trying to share things about himself. And then the guys were like, oh no, don't tell her all of this and be more secretive. And I'm just sitting there like, if he wants to tell me what he wants to tell me about himself, he can do that. Like, worry about you
and the returning man talking like that.
I know. Hold on.
Not the returning man talking like that.
Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all was supposed to be our champions.
After they didn't got stoned on the internet by the other half.
Hold on, man. Hold on, y'all. Don't make Ish look like a superhero, and that she was right. But don't do that.
This is probably adding up. Why,
Yeah, why homegirl was
walking off the cliff had some problems, and
Okay, hold on. There's two sides to every story. Yeah. Y'all exposing yourselves now.
But yeah, okay. It was cool.
Nice. So, Jason, how was it for you that first night? You guys all went out.
It was cool, because the thing is, like, the crew of, a lot of the guys, a good portion of us were on before together, right? And we have like a little brotherhood. And so, a couple of them, they were kind of saying like, bro, like, maybe you just need to, maybe you sharing too much or you're saying this or that. And to me, I'm a kind of person, I'm open, I'm not closed off to things. And I have a very experienced life view on a lot of different things because I've had an interesting life at a young age. And so I'm not the kind of person who's like, I'm real. So the thing about Jason is like, whatever you're going to get from me in general is what you're going to see. And sometimes in my life, that's kind of been to a fault because I'm sometimes too open and, sometimes doesn't serve me. But yeah, I was like, open to the whole situation. We're talking, get to know each other. And my thing is like, whether we were out with everybody else or not, it was still us getting to know each other. There was some kind of like interesting conversations and things. And I think one of the girls on the show was kind of like in front of all of us, because we all went out as couples, right? It was like, each couple that went out or that got matched.
Right? Okay.
And one of the girls who got matched with somebody else was like bringing up how she thought, she kept just asking like, why'd you pop on me and why'd you do this? And like, we could have done this and done that. And it's like,
it comes full circle.
Yep, because you want to know what's funny? Everybody, when they ask like, oh, how did you feel about like the show? Oh, I had a great time. It was cool. I met some great people. It's like, okay, but like, how did you feel about the people that popped on you or rejected you? Like, what did you feel in that moment? Oh, I was fine. I didn't care. And then as soon as that camera get out and they leave that building, so why did you pop on me?
Now, we probably won't find out who. But like I said, it makes sense why Cliff and the other young lady was having problems because this was topic of conversation.
Oh, Cliff and Ro.
Yeah,
because Ro was talking about how there was.
I think this was the episode that Ro was on too because Cliff came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the story is getting deeper, y'all.
My thing is like, it wasn't like, I had just met Kharyzma, but it wasn't like we were like, in a relationship, but it was like we had matched, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, looking at her, I'm like, what's Shorty doing? Like, what are you doing? Like it was just weird.
Long story short, she was just trying to figure out like why her match didn't pop the balloon on me. So when it was my turn, it was Jason and then her match that was still had their balloon.
Hold on, y'all. We too deep in it now. Hold on.
Hold 26.
On. It's 26?
No, 28, I believe.
It's too deep now. We're too deep. We're too deep in it. We're too deep in it. We have to find out now. We're too deep, y'all. The lore is too good, and Ro already got crucified on the internet.
28.
Is it 28?
Yeah, wait, let me see. 28 or 26.
It is 28. Yep. It's too deep now because look, here's why we're doing this. Because the internet already deemed that Cliff was in the right and Ro was wrong. And y'all gained up on Ro. But Ro was making some claims and nobody was taking her seriously. So who was left? Because remember, Jason popped.
She was trying to figure out why her match
didn't pop.
Who did he match with that? Oh, Ro. But I don't remember them going on the date with everybody. Oh,
nah,
they did.
Nah, hold on. Because he's the last one. Cliff was the last one, and then Cliff matched with Ro.
But then, wouldn't that leave it to contestants that didn't want to pop her, but she popped them too?
Ro's whole argument was there was a beef going on, that there was people going back and forth sharing information about each other. And it was a girl that she said there was a girl specifically she was having a problem with that was telling people information and was telling Cliff information. And that's why they started having that with the whole, oh, she has a baby, a sugar daddy and all that, older, you feel me? But now it makes sense because if all the couples went out, right, and she ended up getting Cliff, and now she's asking Cliff, why didn't you pop on Kharyzma? You can kind of start putting together of like who was really in that conversation and start narrowing it down. Now, I'm not saying...
I don't think it was Kharyzma, that's it. But yeah, no.
But we don't know her. We don't know.
No,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. So now that they're saying it's in a group, we can narrow it down to there's only a couple people that were there
that matched this episode.
And now she's saying that Ro, because she's talking about Ro. We know that she's talking about Ro and Cliff because Cliff matched with Ro. So she's talking about Ro.
I think Ro came up right after Kharyzma, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So now we know. Hey, you see that? Hold on, watch this. Detective Alex and KiteZz, we are on the case.
We're on the job.
We're on the job. So now we know the beef. Now we know.
Handy dandy notebook.
The story is getting crazy.
Popped, and so
hold on.
When it was my turn, it was Jason and then her match that was still had their balloon unpopped. And so that night when we were all sitting down, I personally I don't feel like there was any need to bring it up. Like, we're on a dating show, like that's gonna happen. But she brought it. Wait, who brought it up? I think one of the other dudes.
So first of all, we talk about two different people. I ain't gonna say their name, but I'm talking about.
So he wasn't even talking. So no, hold on, no, that's even worse. That's even worse because he wasn't talking about her. He was talking about another couple. He was talking about somebody else. She had Ro on her mind. He wasn't thinking about Ro and Cliff.
Okay, so I want to know who were the other couples that matched in this episode because I know who else was in there talking.
Right, but no, the main thing I'm focusing on is now we know Kharyzma and Ro had that thing. Yeah. Now we don't know if Kharyzma was the one that said all the stuff about Ro. Yeah. But he's not talking about Ro.
Right.
She's thinking about Ro. That says something.
Because a non-returner, I don't even think a non-returner got a match.
Right. Oh, this is getting crazy. Hey,
so first of all, we talk about two different people. I ain't gonna say their name, but I'm talking about Kharyzma. I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about the other girl. I'm not talking about her. That's a whole other situation.
Well, we got to figure it out, y'all. We in too deep. We're in too deep. Okay, we had. Okay, Jason then he got a match. Let's see. Did she walk away with somebody?
No, I don't think she did.
Okay, she didn't get a match, so she's out. Ro got a match. Kharyzma got a match.
She got a match. She got old boy in the checker shirt.
Okay, so that's a match.
And he's a returner.
Okay, so that's a match. So we narrowing it down now.
She didn't get a match.
She didn't get a match, but everybody felt like she should have got a match.
She didn't get a match.
She didn't get a match either.
She got a match.
She got a match? Okay.
With Kendall.
Okay.
Not Kendall. Is that Kendall?
Yeah, that's Kendall. Okay. So now, look, we narrowed it down. We narrowed it down now. Because if it's only the couples, it's either her.
Shorty with the blonde braids.
Her. And that's it. It's either one of these two. So either one of these two is the one Jason's talking about. And we know Kharyzma is talking about Ro. So, hey, it's getting crazy, boy. It's getting crazy.
I'm talking about the other girl. With
the red dress.
So what it sounds like to me is y'all should have went out on your own as a match.
Well, we did.
That's what it sounds like. Okay.
Hey, I know you IG fiends have been y'all saw after they went, y'all probably was going through IGs. If y'all saw who had the red dress, go ahead and put that name. Felicia!
Okay.
Honestly, we were cool that night. I feel like all the
Uh-huh.
other couples were having their issues. Like
they was having
that night, Jason was, he was all up on me. He was making it known that he was vibing with me. He liked me, and so we were cool. It was just some other stuff going on with the rest of the matches.
Okay, so now the next day. Let's go on to the next day.
The next day was cool too. Like the whole time we vibed. The whole day we had good conversation.
Food. You came to the hotel like that, like 11, 12 or something like that, right?
Yeah, and then the whole rest of the day we were together,
just chilling.
And
nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was good vibes. There was nothing that I had an issue with initially. So
okay, nice.
Yeah.
So Jason, once you left, because Kharyzma's in Arizona, but you're not. Once you left, how'd everything go? Have you been back? Have you gone over to him, Kharyzma? How's everything?
We've been back every week.
We had planned on meeting up, and I feel like I was trying a little bit more because I was like, you know what? Since we're gonna do this whole dating thing, or we're gonna see what's going on, I'm gonna go ahead and get me a flight, and I'll see you within a week. And I was about to go there within that week, and we had discussed that, and we were ready to do that. I was looking at flights, and then all of a sudden, I texted him. I'm like, I forgot what I texted him, but I'm good with vibes and I'm good with energy. And so I just noticed, like, I was just making sure, like, hey, like, are you sure you want me to come down there? Is this a good time? Are we on the same page? And then he hit me with, what did you say? You said where?
I think vibes is still good between them though.
Okay, so she's saying that she was putting in the extra effort. She's about to go out there. The ball's in your court, Jason, because we got to see the ball's in your court, Jason.
Do you think that's too soon though?
What?
Like y'all hung out for like a day and a half, and then the week after you're flying out to his city to.
Yeah, but just because somebody's flying out don't mean that their intentions is to go. Like it could be because they're gonna long distance date, right?
Yeah.
And she could have felt that the 2 dates that they had, even though they spent a full day together, she could have felt like it wasn't enough time. Plus, we don't know how he was talking to her in the messages. So he could have been like, "Oh, I need to see you. I want to talk." Blah 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 blah. And that could have gave her the inclination, like, okay, he's really feeling me. We should really try to take this seriously. Yeah. So I'm gonna fly out and hang with him so I can get to know him more. Like, you get me?
We're on two different paths or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
So yeah. It's like I said earlier. I'm in this space where, like, if I have a feeling of something where it's like, I'm not 100% sure that this is going to be something that goes to marriage, then I'm in the space. I'm almost 30. I'm not entertaining it, even if.
Dang, that's a great intuition. I feel you, but in that you already know you're not gonna marry somebody in like 2 interactions. Like there was more you could have learned. To each his own.
it's something good.
So what made you feel like that though?
Yeah, so
Right.
yeah, there was a couple different things. So
Somebody got in his ear.
when we first had that conversation, we matched the day before. When I was kind of talking about, you know, the church thing and stuff like that, it was in a sense of like we were like, oh yeah, your parents do this, my parents do this kind of thing, right? But it was not really this thing of like you're in ministry or stuff like that. Whereas in my life, that's what my life is gearing towards, where it's like ministry and it's like I was in this space where I was kind of out of my walk with God for a while. I got really heavily back into it. And to me, a lifelong partner is somebody who is not just has a lineage of that, but is somebody who is actively seeking after that at the same fervor that I am, right?
Okay. Because that goes into equally yoked, right? But, right? Her calling could be different from your calling, but you got to remember, if you guys were to get married and you were in ministry, she would flow under that. So she would adapt. And she already knows the word. She's been raised in it. But you got to remember, you can't say somebody's calling is not
your calling.
You can't say like the callings aren't matching because you don't know when God's going to work on somebody. So my thing is this: does she fear God? Does she know God? That's the thing that you should focus on. You shouldn't be like, are you an evangelist? Oh, nah, it ain't gonna work. Are you a prophetess? Nah, it ain't gonna work, because you don't know when people are gonna get called into that. Let's use Moses as an example. It wasn't until Moses was a full prince, he was a full-grown prince, he had killed a man, he had went to the wilderness for years as a shepherd, gotten married, and then he ran into the burning bush. So it's like, look at David. Look at all the stuff David did. He was killing people. He was going to war. He was taking people's wives, all that, but he was still called. So it's like you got to be careful, because you got to let God work with that. If God gives you someone that is going to at least respect the values and understand everything that you're going for, you don't know how far she's willing to go with God to make sure that her marriage is equally yoked. You have to give people that grace.
And so it wasn't, and I'm the kind of person, I'm not going to try to ask questions or try to gear somebody to give me information to like make it like, oh, are you on this path? You know what I'm saying? It's more so I'm going to just look at the situation and kind of be like, okay, is this what this situation is giving to me? Right?
Okay, but in relationships, you don't just go in a relationship being a perfect husband or a perfect wife. You grow together. So
Correct.
if you were someone that was like, okay, well, I want to see what's going on, and I want to see if you would be open to the idea of getting closer to God and being active in the church and things like that, and I liked you and I wanted us to work, I would do that. I would gladly do. I grew up in the church. I was in the church every Sunday. I even go to the church with my G mama every now and again. Like it's not anything that's foreign to me. So the fact that you did that, like based off of, oh, she's not active right now, like there has to be
Yeah.
another reason.
Yep, because the Bible says he will never leave you nor forsake you. So if she's a child of God, it doesn't matter if she only goes to church every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, or she hasn't been in a month. But as long as she's praying, reading the word, following the Holy Spirit in her decision making, who are you to say?
A lot of pastors that end up becoming, a lot of people that end up becoming pastors, they have been people that struggled with their walk, and God called them to be pastors, and they did the work to be ordained. They did the work to become a disciple, to become all these types of things in ministry. You got to do the work in people.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like you said,
Prime example, us. I use us for example all the time. I was heavily in the church. I was going to church 4 times a week. 4 times a week. 3 services on a Sunday. You feel me? I grew up Bible Belt, everything, God fearing, everything. Alex, she knew the church. She'd been to church, but because of things that happened, how she was ostracized by the church, it caused her family to drift apart. They never gave up on God. They just stopped going to the churches. You feel me? If I was to be like, oh, you ain't been to church in a couple months, me and Alex would not be here right now. But God had other plans. He knew she was my wife, and he knew, all right, well, you know the Bible, teach her. You know how to pray, teach her. My mom helped Alex learn. Actually, my mom helped Alex find the Holy Spirit in a random bedroom while we were working.
20. I was like 20. I was 21.
Yeah, she got the Holy Spirit at 21 in my mom's bedroom, and we were just sitting there. And my mom was like, "Alex, have you ever felt the Holy Spirit?" And Alex was like, "I've heard about it. I didn't know." And my mom was like, "Okay, let's pray." And Alex caught the Holy Spirit. It was a life-changing moment.
She had us read Deuteronomy, and then we prayed after we got done reading Deuteronomy, and my body was on fire. My body was trembling. I was sweating. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy experience.
I was crying uncontrollably. But my body felt light at the same time. It felt like I was like levitating.
Yeah.
It's a different experience.
And like, you got to
that was, and how you just explained it is the exact thing I meant. I've been in a situation before with exes and stuff like that before where it was me trying to build them to be a certain kind of person. Right. And that's what I did not want to do. I'm not trying to coach anybody to be a certain kind of thing. I'm at a place where it's like, and it's not that somebody has to be perfect. It's just a certain place that I would like that person to be at because I'm at this same place that I'm at. And I know that how I am, I know that, like, for example, because like I said, I'm getting back into a certain place, right? I know that for me, I would even prefer that woman to be almost stronger in her faith and ministry than I.
Here's where this is a conflict for me, right? And and I don't want people to think that this is a jab at him, but this is kind of where I kind of look, because there is a point on the show where there's people who don't believe in Christianity. They don't believe in what we believe, right? And they do make a good point when they say this. They say, if you guys want somebody that is God-fearing on your level at the same yoke as you guys, as we say, and that we believe that we want, which is kind of what he's saying right now. I don't want to build somebody up. I want somebody at that level. Why are you not trying to find that person in the church? Why are you on secular shows, social media shows? Why are you on these dating apps that are, well, some of the dating apps are for believers, right? I'm not going to knock them. But why are you doing if you're supposed to be doing everything and looking for your perfect Christ-like person, why are you not looking for them in Christ-like environments? Why are you looking for them the same way people who don't believe are looking for them?
I feel like sometimes I've seen people, like when I was younger, and I would see like a lot of like other members of the church do the exact same thing that he's doing, or like other people, not him specifically, but like they'll want all these things out of a woman, but never go to the actual source of where the woman could be found, because I feel like they're tired of trying to like sit at the table where they work at type thing. Like they're tired of seeing the same people.
Yeah.
They want something
new.
Yeah.
They want something. They want a new coat of paint, or they want a girl. They want the girl, or we can say for men and women.
Yeah.
They want their fantasy guy with the church attributes.
Which it doesn't correlate.
It's possible.
It's possible, but it depends on your fantasy.
Right. And remember, all our statements right now, we're not knocking them, okay?
Nah.
We're just talking. It's conversation.
Jason Kharyzma cool.
Yeah.
I am currently, because of the fact that, like with us, because how we vibe and stuff like that, I'll be real with you. We probably be out partying, be out, turning up, having fun, stuff like that, which is cool if I was a different place in life. I'm not at that place. And I knew that that's like, I have a high emotional intelligence, and I can tell that lifelong, it would not be what I'm looking for long term, even though it would have been great.
Question for you. If that is something that was such a huge deal breaker for you, why was that one of your questions on the show? Like, did you ask when she was up there and I was like, okay, do you have any questions for her? Like, was one of your questions, how involved are you in ministry? How is your relationship with God? Was that any of your questions to her?
No, but that was the thing that.
Because he was so excited that he got his match.
Yeah.
And sometimes,
See,
Kharyzma's
like the
a
explanation,
beautiful girl, so.
the explanation doesn't matter. The answer's still no, right?
Yeah.
The explanation doesn't matter. The answer's still no. So it's like we can say no because I was nervous, no because of this. The answer was still no.
Especially if it was a top deal breaker for you.
So what you did, like the example of what this is, right, and why this question matters. Imagine you give somebody a test and they answer and they get all the questions right, and then you give them back the test. You're like, hey, 100%, good job. Then you walk in the back and be like, oh snap. Yesterday I forgot to give you guys the second page of the test. Nobody filled it out. Oh, it's too late to regrade. You guys are just gonna have to take the loss of points. That's literally what just happened.
That, like she said in the break, that was the first thing that we had a conversation about, right? And not that it wasn't that she lied or anything like that. It was that, like, she said, like, yeah, my parents are in ministry and stuff like that. And I kind of had this, oh, well, that's cool. You know, because it was a shock. Oh, I didn't know that. Let's maybe run it back. But it wasn't something to, and it's not like a deal breaker until I won't deal with somebody because of it. It's a deal breaker because where I'm at in my life and I won't long term deal with that person. You see, so I'm saying, like,
almost the same thing, but
okay. What I'm saying
because
is
you did make it a
That's
deal
not
breaker where you no
realistic,
longer want to
though.
deal with her.
That's not realistic, though. You don't wake up and be like, okay, God's gonna send me somebody that is just perfect, like, in every way,
perfect. No,
like, there's always gonna be something about that person that is not gonna be
you're right.
all the way there. And I don't know, how could you even tell me that I wasn't have a big enough relationship with God over how many conversations we've had? Maybe two on FaceTime after we had went on our date. Like, and half of that time you were, you was on the drums, you would show me that you know how to play drums and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't have enough conversation for you to even try to tell me where I'm at. So I feel like you're going off of maybe my social media.
Well, what's on the social media, Kharyzma? What is on the social media, Kharyzma? This could be a game changer. I'm not saying this hurts your point, but what's on the social media, Kharyzma? I'm not saying this hurts your point, but
I know she's a hairstylist,
right?
So I would expect to see her doing hair.
Okay.
And she probably has like little sponsors to model clothes.
Now, the reason why I'm saying it doesn't hurt her point is because this maybe is the craziest.
Okay, Kharyzma. She
models. Okay, besides she didn't made Big X the plug. Oh, shout out to her. I ain't gonna lie. This is
okay. She models. And,
she models,
and some of it is bathing suit. Some of it is lingerie. So
okay, I see that. Okay, Kharyzma, that don't help you, but I do get what you're saying because it's like, why? What makes you think that I wouldn't stop these things for you if I'm not interested in you? Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm saying it doesn't hurt because she could stop all of this for him. Just saying. That's why it doesn't hurt her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at a whole picture of something that like, for example, I'll use another example, maybe it makes sense. Say somebody's a personal trainer, right? And say they're trying to have a personal training business and they want a person to couple with them for that. They can very well get in a relationship with a person who is in shape, but they're not on that same level of like personal training, and they can be great for that person, whatever. They also can get a relationship with somebody who's also a personal trainer and go forward together towards a certain goal. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like it's a thing where it was like I couldn't have a relationship with you because of it right now, but because I know where I want my life to be, I know that it's not a long-term realistic situation that I would be in long-term, even though it's great, it's fun, you're fun, great, stuff like that.
So
that's
can
what
I
I'm looking
ask
at.
a
It's a
question?
long-term thing.
It's still not making sense to me.
Okay, I can see it, right? I'm not going to go into it because this is going to be a long explanation, but I can see what he's trying to say. But what this is sounding like to me, truthfully, is sounding like you had some people in your circle find her social media and got in your ear about it and said that she's not on the same path as you. That's what this is sounding like.
That's what I said earlier.
Because this doesn't even sound like this is your own personal opinion. This sounds like something I would hear in a group setting of people talking about somebody. This doesn't sound like your own initial
somebody
feelings.
that don't want you to have the girl that they want in the first place.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like a singular person's way of thinking or thoughts.
Jason don't know what to do with that. He don't need that. Yeah, bro, you don't need that. She not.
Or
she
even
not you.
Are you sure she's a woman of God? Look at her social media. Look at her stuff. That doesn't look very godly. That's what this sounds like to me.
Like you said,
hold on one moment, Kharyzma. Let me ask you first. Okay. What would make you say your social media? What's wrong with your social media? Or what do you think?
I mean, I didn't personally think there was something wrong with my social media until the episode came out. There was like this big old video that had like
they was doing a lot. They was doing
what
a
is
lot.
it? What is
Stop doing that on y'all channels, bro. Y'all, they talk about you clickbaiters. Y'all know the channels I'm talking about. I see y'all pop up. Y'all be like, this gold digger tried to get this successful man. And then y'all would take all her worst, like, most sexualized photos and put them all over the thumbnail.
Hey, y'all be trying to get us to react to them. We not doing that.
We not doing that, bro.
I don't support clickbait whatsoever. They
take that's such a scummy way to get your clicks, bro. Stop doing that.
What is like
some losers made a reaction video and they were being super derogatory.
It was a reaction video and they like dogged me out for like coming on the show looking a certain way, and then my social media was, I guess, another way. What I would like to say about that is I'm the type of person that I'm going to dress for any occasion. If we're going to a ballroom, I'm going to dress accordingly. If I need to look sexy, I'm going to dress like that. If I'm going on a date, I'm going to dress accordingly. If I'm going to church, I'm going to dress accordingly. So I didn't understand that. And then also any provocative pictures that I have on social media, I got paid. I got paid to do that. And also, I think there's only one photo that had lingerie on, and that's the one that I did get paid for. So I don't know, like, I get that social media and what you put out.
A lot of it was lingerie.
Well, those were they were the same.
The
same.
Older ones, yeah.
But my thing is, like, okay, here's my thing. There's Christians that buy lingerie. There's believers that buy lingerie, right? There's married people that buy lingerie. Do we shame the models that are on the covers of those lingeries? Or do we say, oh, that looks good on her, I want this?
Good question.
That's just how I feel about it. I don't support either one. Like, I don't support the online thirst trap.
The world seeing it.
Yeah.
But, you know.
You feel me? But it's just a general question. Like, so do we shame the girls that are in the Vogue magazines and they're wearing like the bikini stuff? Do we shame those?
Some people do.
Okay, if they do, then
some people do.
Out there, and how you look and how you present yourself is a big factor in how someone might perceive you or even judge you. And I understand that, but I don't know. Like, I'm a hairstylist. I'm in the beauty industry, so I'm gonna look one way one day and look a totally different person another day. Like, I don't know. It just, you got to get to know me more than, the surface. But they tried to say that I was, a sex worker and all these things because of my social media. And I've never deny anything like that. So it was funny to me.
Okay. And so now when he reached out to you and, he said this statement, what was the conversation like after that? Did you guys even have a discussion after that, or it was just he said what he said and that was it?
Regarding
Kharyzma
you
chill.
guys being where
You don't get it. She's really chill. Like, you.
Hey, to the whole, when you guys take lingerie models or women that model in outfits like that, y'all gotta stop automatically labeling them as OnlyFans or sex workers. Y'all gotta stop doing that, because it's funny. When I was a part of a gaming organization, we were actually me and Alex actually worked with a lady who's actually a really high up there lingerie model.
Yeah, she does Twitch streaming. She's a gamer.
Yeah, she's a professional.
Really
she's a professional lingerie model, and when I tell you, she only does it strictly for work. Like, you can go through her page; it's lingerie all over. But when we talked to her and actually asked her about everything in her life, like, because we work with her, she says once I leave those studios and I finish my job, like that's not my life. I don't do any of that. I don't even like wearing the stuff. That's just her job, and she just unfortunately that's what made her successful. But she never did sex work. She doesn't have an OnlyFans. She never did anything. She actually was just one of the people that was advocating against those type of things. But she was just a model. She was a plus size model.
Yeah. She's a plus size model. She's very wholesome, very funny, very sweet.
We still
she's
friends
a great
with
gamer. Yeah, she's really cool people. Really cool people.
You don't get it. Like when she says she's a chill girl for real. Like her the way she responds is not like even when she responded, it wasn't like this like argument thing or like this back and forth or whatever. She's chill. So she was just like, and
Well,
I'll reach out.
I'm just the type of person where if you don't want me, I surely do not want you. Like, so when he said what he said, literally all I said was, okay, because peace out. Like, I'm good over here. Like, I'm not short of any options. I'm not tripping. Like, whatever you feel is best for you, that could be my blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never going to be like, oh, but why? Or, oh, but,
Right.
no, it was, it was not that.
Okay. And now I know you said you had a question for him before I asked that question. Do you still remember what the question was?
Yes, I do. So a part of me feels like also that you already had somebody that you was dealing with in Cali.
This story gets worse and worse.
What makes you feel like that?
Because on your social media you had posted a girl. I forget what she was doing, but it was in your house or your crib, and it looked like she was maybe cooking or something. And
Hmm.
you know how like you show like a partial part of the person or the body when you
Hmm.
don't want to like put their whole existence on there. That was like how it was. And so I'm like, okay, well, he
Yeah.
probably had somebody already that he was dealing with.
Yeah. At the
So he
time
posted
that we
this
were,
when you guys were talking?
This was shortly after he decided like, oh yeah, we're not on the same path.
Oh no.
Now, if you were already openly dating other people and you didn't say that, then yeah.
Jason, please. Jason, please. Please tell me. Please have a good excuse for this.
Okay, Jason,
yeah,
sorry, I
it was
cut you off. Go
definitely,
ahead.
yeah, it was, no, you're good. No, that was definitely not during, it wasn't during the time that we were talking. And even after, it was probably, I would say, it had to have been after October the 25th, 26th, around that time. Actually, it had to have been after like November, when I posted that. But yeah, and it was like the early October when we stopped talking, probably 2, 3 weeks before or something like that. But yeah, to me, I mean, but yeah, even doing
Was you dealing with somebody or not, brother?
Wait, so you decided that you couldn't see wifely qualities in this girl off of 2 days, and then 2 weeks after you have a shorty in your crib cooking?
Jason, make it make sense, brother. Make it oh! I didn't want to do it to you. Make it make sense, brother. Okay.
What? In 2 days, you decided she wasn't the match and she wasn't equally yoked and all that for you. And then the week she was gonna come out to you and actually fly and chill with you, you break up, and then 2 weeks later, you have a new shorty at the crib? 2 weeks later? Am I bugging? Hold on.
2 weeks, and it was like the early October when we stopped talking, probably 2, 3 weeks before or something like that.
Nah, bro. Run it back. No way.
But yeah, to me,
Charisma got
but
the
yeah, even
cutest little
doing that,
cheekbones.
I wasn't dealing with somebody at the time that we were talking.
Two
And
weeks.
when I
You
went on the show,
moved on in 2 weeks.
I feel like that would be crazy. And the girl, if I was dealing with a girl going on a show, a dating show, she probably wouldn't be pleased about that, or letting that fly if that was the case. But No, yeah, it was shortly after that I did post about it on my social media, but no, it wasn't during the time we were talking or matching, I guess you could say. The 2 days and a couple.
So your match that you matched and you hung out with the full day and you went on a group dinner night, and then you talked on the phone for a week, and then the day of, she was about to fly out to spend that time with you, was enough for you to be like, nah, this ain't gonna work. You're not moving at the same way with God like I need you to be moving. But in 2 weeks, there's already a shorty at your house cooking food, and you don't want to show her face because you don't want to blow up her spot. That's not adding up to me, bro. That don't add up.
Because what was the real reason as for you to break it off? Because if you say it's God, her walk with God, okay. But if it was really because of the other shorty, then you just use that as an excuse.
Yeah, because my thing is this. Here's where it goes, right? 2 weeks. That means 14 days, right? Kharyzma had the show, the night of, that day, a week, plus the day she's about to come out, which is probably about like 8-9 days total, right? Of this relationship. Then you broke up. Let's say, hypothetically, you weren't moving too fast. You were trying to and this girl stumbled upon you 4 or 5 days later. That means this girl already got access to your house in under 10 days. Kharyzma didn't even get to go to the state in 9 days. 8-9 days. You're frauding, bro.
Days after, I guess you call it.
Okay. Kharyzma, you're making faces. What's going on?
No, it's cool. I'll let him have it.
Okay.
She a chill girl.
No, she's unbothered.
Oh, man. Okay, well, I was hoping for better news, honestly, because, you guys had such a breakthrough moment on the show.
Historic.
Yeah, I was really hoping it was going to go somewhere. But, so you're saying...
I'm so disappointed. Because I wanted Jason to succeed so freaking hard, bro.
He is succeeding, just via not pop the balloon.
I'm so disappointed.
I'm more so mad for Kharyzma, if anything, because
I'm disappointed.
Just so I can clarify and everything, Jason, for you noticed the differences when you guys were hanging out that one whole full day, or like when you noticed, like, we're not on the same path in life. That was during that day, like that's when you noticed it.
Yeah, that, and then even like the days after, and then like I'm not gonna say that social media didn't play a role in general, because to me, social media it's a way that you market the things that are important to you or a big part of your life.
But then now you're posting a shorty in your kitchen cooking 2 weeks after y'all started.
How you are.
Okay.
And my thing is, like I told Kharyzma, I said, like, even the video I made, a reaction video to those guys, my thing is, however somebody chooses to make their money, do their life, present themselves, whatever, that is 100% up to them. I'm not going to judge them or say, oh, you're wrong for this.
But then,
that does not mean that I will place myself in a relationship with that person or feel like, I want to go down a path with that person, even though
But that makes you a hypocrite, because you just went to those dudes and went to war against those dudes, even though you're right for defending her, right? But this still makes you a hypocrite, because you went to those dudes and said, shame on you for talking about this girl. You don't know her just because her social media, shame on you. But then, shorty, I can't date you because I looked at your social media and I ain't really jacking with it. That's still the same thing. Because now it's even worse on your end, because you actually got to know her. Well, a little bit of her. And you didn't even give her the benefit of the doubt. And you had personal contact with her for a whole week. So you owe those dudes an apology.
Because those are people that are just on the internet making assumptions and judgments off of people that are on the internet, and they don't have full access to the person the way that you have full access to her.
They had limited access, and they made their judgment, and you shamed them. But then you had access and did the same thing that they did. You didn't shame her, but now you dogged her. You basically flaked on her and said, like, we not equally yoked. We not on the same level. So you bounced, And then now you're like, oh, her social media did play a part. And then you went to another shorty 2 weeks later.
I can step back and say, hey, I respect your hustle, doing what you're doing. Like she said, she got paid for it, stuff like that. But I know 100%, in no way, shape, or form, a woman that I would want to marry would I be like, okay, I'm cool with this, even if you're getting money from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that was years ago. I did that shoot years ago. Like, that has nothing to do.
To me, it wouldn't matter if you did it when you was born. It's all.
Oh.
So then, so does "come as you are" just mean nothing? Does "I'll never leave you nor forsake you" mean nothing? So you're saying it doesn't matter if she did it before? What are we talking about?
So people that do stuff in their past, they're not
they can't be forgiven?
They can't, no.
And you're about to be a pastor? Hold on, bro. I gotta unfollow Brody off my stuff, bro. Hold on, gang. Hold on, bro. Let me get him up off my stuff, bro. I can't do that one. Hold on, bro. Where he at? I'm sorry, gang. Hold on, bro. You think you know a guy, man? you think you know a dude, bro? Let me get him up off my stuff. What the freak didn't happen with Buddy? Where is he at, bro? Because I sat there, you know what's sad? I be looking at this dude's stuff and I be like, oh man, this dude really doing that. You really just made me look goofy right now. I ain't even gonna cat with you, bro. Nah, bro. I can't believe this, dog.
That's crazy. That's
I know.
crazy
It's,
to
you
me.
know, like that.
But
It's
I
just,
wish you the best of luck. I swear.
You as well.
Like,
And we still been cool. I mean, there's no bad blood between us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, ain't no blocking each other, no going crazy, like that. We still cool. But yeah.
That's good.
I don't follow him no more. I don't.
Yeah, she don't follow me no more. She don't follow me, but
I don't care about that.
Yeah, that's why you're not blocked, because she just chose not to follow you.
And then Kharyzma, you said if he would have asked you more questions, if you guys would have had a discussion, you said you have no problem with kind of following a man down that path, or is that a journey you want within yourself even?
Oh yeah, no, that's something that I want within myself. That's something that I definitely like I said before, I was raised that way. So that's not something that I will ever neglect in my life. Especially, I do believe that God is what keeps marriages together, and you need that third person for a successful marriage. So if I ever see myself getting married, God will be involved for sure. So whether or not I'm going to church every Sunday, He will definitely be involved. I'm definitely a big believer in prayer, and so I'm willing to work with whoever I see myself with or whoever I'm with in the future when it comes to that. So I don't know.
Okay.
But
amen.
And now you said that, provocative, your words, not mine, picture that you had on your Instagram is something you got paid for years ago. Is there a reason that it's still up? Or have you thought about taking it down?
I'm very happy with all of my photos. I've been taking photos. I love taking pictures, by the way. I've been taking pictures since I was a little girl, like professional pictures. I will forever love all of my pictures. There's not one picture where I'm naked or, being provocative or I'm bent over. Or, all of my pictures are...
You're frauding too. You're frauding too. You're frauding too. You just lied. You just lied. Why? They both just disappoint me, bro. You're both just
very tastefully done. And so, no, I'm not gonna take them off my social media. I'm very proud of them. If Fashion Nova hit me up today and was like, oh, we saw you in that picture and we want you to do another, I will definitely do it. And my husband or whoever I'm with will be okay with that and understand that it's a photo. Somebody got to do it. So, that's what it is. I
Not
don't
my
think
wife.
pictures supposed to define who you are or any of that. So,
Okay. All
I'm
right.
over
Well,
this.
kind of just to wrap things up here, what are some of your projects you guys are working on? Anything we could be on the lookout for? Jason, let's start with you if you have anything.
Yeah, a couple different things. So, I have a YouTube channel that I've been building.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't give a crap, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care, bro. I don't care, bro. Because, bro, you just disappointed me. Like, I swear.
What was do you feel like this is something that a lot of people that struggle with their faith, do you see what they're talking about when it comes to people like that?
Yeah,
and make it hard.
It makes it hard to be a Christian and be a believer and be on here because I go, like, you see, I fight in these comments defending the word and my reasoning and my understanding, and I fight to defend the beliefs that we got. And so when I see other believers doing content, I rally to them. I'm like, yo, I'm with you, gang. Like,
it's not easy being a believer doing
it's not hard. I mean, yeah, it's hard. Yeah. And a lot of things is like people don't understand. There's going to be a lot of things hypocritical to people's eyes as a believer who does content, right? Like us talking about Pop the Balloon, there's going to be a spectrum of people who understand that we're married people trying to, point out some flaws in dating game. And then there's going to be people like, well, why are you watching this worldly stuff? Like, it's a hard thing, right? There's points where people can even say, Kite, there was a take you made on one person and it was hypocritical, but then you didn't make it on this person. And that's fair because I'm human, right? But it's like, when I see you and I see this stuff and I see how you carry, and I'm like, yo, I look at this dude. I be looking at him. I be looking at his stories. I don't even go on Instagram. You feel me? And I be supporting his stuff. And I'm like, yo, this dude's cool. This dude's cool. Like, oh yeah, he's doing this. Oh, like one day, like, oh, I would like to collab with people like this, spread the gospel. And then I get a video like this and it's like, dang, bro, like what? And I get it because I get it. She models in the lingerie stuff. I get it. But this does so much more damage because there's people in her situation who actually fear God. This is just the cards they were dealt, and they're waiting for God to get them out of it because it's not your job to decide how your fate's going. God will call you when he calls you. But to hear him just completely like, bro, everything he said in this video was not the stuff I was seeing on his stuff. And I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah, but that's the thing with the internet. People have to understand that the personas and the identities that people show on the internet, they're showing you what they want you to see. They're showing you what they think is, beneficial to them and their platform. I'm not saying like he's a complete fraud or anything like that, or he faking it on the internet. And it is unfortunate because I didn't, I knew that you follow him and stuff like that, but I never seen any of his content. So,
and the funny part is people going like watch this video and they're gonna see all this, like the front part, right? Mm-hmm. And they're gonna be like, oh, this KiteZz just always gotta go at the dude. KiteZz always gotta do this. KiteZz always gonna do this. I'm going at him harder because I had respect for him. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm going at him harder. I'm going at him harder because I genuinely respected dude. And I genuinely was like, this is one of the good ones. I hope his match worked. I had a lot of like, bro, I see God moving. Like, I got it. And the thing is, God is moving. But right now, that flesh just shone through so hard right now.
Like it does with a lot of us.
And my thing is, I pray him success. I'm not going to speak bad on his ministry. I'm not going to speak bad on her. At the end of the day, this is just opinion. I wish them the best of luck, but I can't, because now if I look at his stuff, I'm going to remember this, and I don't jack with this.
You so like it was just like really like judgmental, or
I don't even like judgmental. I don't like judgmental. Mm-hmm. It's like I said, I feel like everything he said was not his own opinion. I feel like this was too much outside influence, but the part that really makes me double down, that really makes me fall off and be like, nah, bro, I don't rock with that, is the whole, you do this to the shorty, and then 2 weeks later, new shorty at the crib. Because now it's like, what the freak you mean? 2 weeks later? Not a month later? 2 weeks later? And you probably only, like, I'll give him the grace if he didn't know the girl in that 2 weeks. So he probably was like, oh, he met her 5 days later. But that makes it even worse because that means she got in your crib in under 8-9 days. That makes it even worse. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. Hey, man, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't put no hate on them, though. Don't do that. Like, this is just my personal feelings. You feel me? If he's still a cool dude. Like, I can only give him great, but that I'm just it's not even mad. I'm just disappointed. Like, yeah. I'm genuinely disappointed.
And we got to give each other grace because at the same, like, we all make mistakes and but.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. You got anything else you want to say?
No, y'all. Drink some water.
All right. Bye, y'all.